I'll have to do it again for everyone online. So now we're on number 21. Let's see. Number 21. Let's do it on Nipavuga. Nipavuga ga. Number 22. Now we end on ga, right? So now go with me on this one. Nipavuga. And then we have to go somewhere and then back down to ga. So now we're going to go up on that symbol, right? So this is another one of our up symbols. This one is called patasti. Yes, that's with a flutter.
This is some of the ones that you don't see when you watch your meditation, and then I'm singing and trying to look at that. And
Yeah.
everybody does a little something extra, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that is not different.
Yeah. So for those that are just coming in online, for some reason that it didn't start streaming, this first one is an E-song, which means stay the same, then up one, up one, up one, and then we go up one again, but this time, this is our new one, it's up one with a flutter, up one with a stress. And so the way that this works is that we had so now we have three different symbols. So we had this first one, right? And he says go nowhere. Then we had this one, which says go up one, normal. And then we had this one, which says go up one, but unstressed, connected to the prior one. And then, now we have this one, which is patasti. And he means go up one, and now we're going to stress. We're not personal stress about it, but we're going to stress the note. Yeah, and so this is where, this is sometimes used to accentuate something. So it could be to accentuate the words. Because sometimes in the midst of a sentence, you don't know what to accentuate, so we're going to give it a little bit more emphasis. If there's time, then you're going to flutter it, and I'll explain what fluttering means. For right now, we're just going to stress it. So the way that we can look at this is that, so this is going to be Nipavuga diga. This is going to be a little bit more emphasized. The key thing with patasti is that what came after him? Down one, right? So after you stress, you kind of come down, right? You can't just go the and keep going up. You always descend after it. So there's a little bit of a rule there that no matter what, after you accent something, you go down. So this is things where, like, depending upon what note is there and what you can do, you start to see little patterns, and you start to be like, wait, I see this stressed one. I know I'm going to go down, so I can cut out half the symbols. You know, I know what I'm going to do next, kind of. Because I know I'm going to go down in some fashion. And that's just because, you know, if I'm going to speak in a certain way, your voice comes down, right? You're going to speak and then come do something else. And so that's what the music does as well. It accentuates and then descends from there. So we'll try a flutter in a second. So I'll show you what a flutter means. Nipavuga diga. There's a diga da da. You will hear people do it different ways. That's my way of doing it, and the way that I learned. But da da. So just do that with me. Da da. Yeah, and it's just a little bounce of the voice, like a vocal undulation is what I saw in a music textbook, and I'm like, that doesn't tell me anything. What is a vocal undulation? So da 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 da. And you'll hear me like, Lord have mercy. That's me adding a little flutter in there. That's what the music would have probably have been written. We don't have it written in Byzantine for that. But you also find that sometimes the Byzantine people, they get kind of bored maybe with certain things. So it's like, why not flutter it? We're just going to flutter things just because we're sitting on it, so why not flutter it? So we end up fluttering a lot of things, both for rhythmic accentuation, for lyrical accentuation, but also just because if we're just going to hold a note that's kind of boring, we need to go somewhere with it. We need to do something with it. So musically, it makes sense to then flutter, connect it, do all these musical things that the music literally doesn't say to do, but it's kind of written behind the scenes. So, number 22. Do ni pa vu. Ni pa vu ga ni ga. So number 23. Ni pa vu pa pa. Yeah, stay the same there. So ni pa vu pa pa. Number 23. Ni pa vu pa pa. Now 24. Is everyone fine with ni pa vu for now? So and the flutter, we're doing okay with the flutters. Flutters sound pretty good. Ni pa vu pa pa ni. Number 25. Ni pa vu pa vu pa. Yeah. So if you notice, right, there's a down one after each of those stressed symbols. And that's just how the music works. Cool. Any questions there so far? Okay, we're going to keep adding more to things. So now we have 26. So tell me what's going on in 26. We start on ni, and we end on vu. But all we have stay the same, except for the second one. We have a straight line with a little slash next to them, right? So if you have to get from, there's only 5 symbols there. So I'm going to tell you that. So we've got 4 isans, 4 stay the sames, and we have another one. We have to go from the pa vu, we have to jump up 2, right? So that little symbol, the straight line with a slash after it, means jump up 2. So now we have all these. So this is called a kendima. So this is kendimata. That just is the pluralized version of kendima. In Greek, that's just like mathematics. They say mathema and mathemata. There's like the plural of it would be a different way. So this is kendima. Which one? There's 2 of them. Kendimata, 1 kendima. The problem is that he's really tiny, and so he needs a buddy. So he gets a buddy. So he gets him. So it's the same one. He's just there. So this is polygon. He says go up fine. In this case, he's just there as a helper. So he's just there to give him more strength, give him support, give him there. So this is just a combo here. So it just says go jump up 2.
So when you see that one, the one in front of it, that's a
That's a
unit.
unit. Yeah, a unit. Yeah, you could think of it. This symbol by itself means up 2. So to make the math work, this one is the active guy. When he's just there on the side, they don't add together. To contrast this, though, I'll explain something here. There we go. So in this case, the other way to write this is also you can bring them underneath, and we'll see that in a second. These both mean the same thing. There's reasons why you would do that, but for the math component of it, these don't add together. But this one, if I put them on top of each other, then they add together. So then this is 2, and this is 1. So then they add together up 3, right?
Oh, okay.
This
So
is too much like Arabic, and I don't like it.
yeah. So this one, now they add together because they're stacked. Whereas here, they're next to each other, they don't do anything. So I have to think of a good analogy. It's like acrobatics. I don't know. It's like you don't get any taller if you're just standing next to each other. It's like that's not impressive. Yeah.
So if you're jumping up 2 notes, would you go from ni pa vu or just ni to vu?
Ni to vu.
Okay.
Yeah, just jumping up.
Okay.
And we'll see how to connect them in a different way. But yeah, in this case, just ni vu.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just gonna jump up 2. So this one jump up 2. This one jump up 2. This always has a descending symbol afterward. So this is why this is special. There's a reason for that, and that'll come later. But so this is up 2, this is up 2. This one then is 2 plus 1, which is up 3. Okay. So this is where math starts to help out. We only have one more up symbol. We've learned all of them. Now, then it's just math.
You said after that one it'd be a descending symbol usually?
After this.
With the one right next to it be one up usually?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
This one doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, that one has lots of flexibility.
Okay.
But we'll get to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're gonna see it in context. This is part of the nature of Byzantine music is how it all works together, and so this is all symbolic, but then you don't want like 40 symbols for all these things. So what you do is you kind of compress things, and also for the sake of reading, then you have certain ways of putting them together that initially might be a little bit of a hurdle because you have to. It's like learning a language. You have to start learning some words, but then you can start putting them all together. And then you don't have to read the music anymore because you're just like, oh, I know that. He's an old friend. You know, we go way back at me and that word. So we'll see it in context now. So here we are. So we were on 25. Now we're on 26. So we had Isan stay the same, and we had all these other stay the same. But now we have to jump up to, as we just said. So we have to go from ni to vu, right? So 1, 2. Ni vo 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 vo. Cool. Now number 27. We're gonna jump again. Ni vo 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 pa. Cool. So we got ni pa vo, and we also have ga in there. Now to number 28. Ni number 28. 1, 2. Ni vo vo pa pa vo. Cool. Yeah, number 28. Anything there that was challenging, or to keep going? Okay. Do it again. Okay. So number 28. Ni vo vo pa pa vo. Number 29. Ni vo pa ni pa vo. Cool, and you see that there, it jumps to the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's to remove confusion. It initially inspires confusion, but you'll see later on why it actually is very useful to have it underneath. Partly because now we know it's going to go down, so it's very helpful for the more advanced reader because you're like, I know where we're going to go from here. We're going to go down, so it's easier. But yeah. You had a question? Or?
No.
Okay. Cool. Number 20. Let's do 30.
Wait, sorry, before we continue, so just to confirm again, this means +2, but you're going to go down?
So that means +2, but the symbols after it are
Right,
going
okay.
to descend. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So number 30. Ni vo pa ni vo. Yeah, so ni vo. You get both of them in context there. Okay, now work with me here. So where do we start? Ni, right?
Yeah.
And where do we end? Ni. And then we jump ni vo vo, and we have to end on ni. So what does that find? That last symbol there? Down to. Yeah, down to. So that one means down to, and he is called Elafron. Don't worry about that word. I'm just saying things. So we saw down one, which is our little. Well, he's called apostrophos. He looks like an apostrophe. So apostrophos. It's just a Greek version of apostrophe. Apostrophos. So down one, and now this one looks a lot like the pepesti, just upside down. So he's opening downwards. So we're gonna jump down. So he means down two. Ta-ta. Now I'm gonna do something I don't think we actually do in this set, but I'm gonna add a bonus just for now because we have so many people. So if I were to do this, and now the Elafron is pregnant with an apostrophos. He's inside of his belly. Yeah, I don't know. He's in there. So now it's 2 + 1, or 2 - 1. So yeah. So my -1, -2, yeah, is -3. So now we're gonna jump down 3. Now remember, this is jump down 3 notes, which for anyone with a Western music mindset is jump down a 4th. So the numeric system, you just have to keep that straight in your mind. If you're like, I'm gonna jump up a 4th or jump down a 4th, this is 3 notes or 2 notes, or so you have to think notes. And I do have Chandler friends that they were like, up 7, and they just
Did
like
you
count.
see me do that at the beginning of this? 'Cause
Yeah.
I just counted.
Yeah, and so that's where these come in, is how many notes are you jumping? And the reason for that is that if you were to say down a fourth, oh, the Western music person would be like, well, what kind of a fourth is it? And this doesn't tell you. Is it a perfect fourth? Is it an augmented fourth? Is it a diminished fourth? What kind of a fourth is it? It's none. It doesn't matter. It's where you are in the scale as to what you're going to do. You're just going to go up 3 notes from there. And if you're starting on ni, it's going to be a perfect fourth, ni to ga, or ni to the. If you're somewhere else, it could be a different interval completely. If you're in a different scale that is not Western at all, you're going to do something even more weird. So, does that make sense? Cool. Let's go back to the music. Do you agree that it makes sense?
I'm just, not particularly.
Yeah. So number 31. So we jump up 2 and we jump back down 2. We have to end where we began. Sen ne agir ni vo ni. Cool. Number 32. Okay, ready? Ni vo ni. Now 33, we don't start on ni, right? It says ni, which tells you where you begin, and then it says jump 2 from there and begin there. And this is because Western music doesn't tell you where you are, it tells you what to do. The ni just gives you your basic structure. It tells you like it's like Mary had a little lamb. Its foundational note is there, but we have to jump up 2 when we begin. But if I were to tell you, you're going to start there, it doesn't tell you anything about the music and where we're going to go and what we're going to do. So the martiria are there to actually guide you along the way. We're founded on ni. So that's why we start there. But we immediately jump. So that's ne agir. That's our ni. 1, 2. Vo ni pa pa. Cool. Does that make sense to people? It's a weird construct of Byzantine music that.
I like it actually.
Yeah, you don't start where it tells you. You start wherever the music tells you to start. So number 34. Ni vo ni ni. Cool. So again, when it's underneath, we go down, right? Now 35. Ne agir. Let's do this on la. So we're not ni, but we're gonna go up 2 notes, right? So now la, I'm gonna do la because we've got our kandimatar there, our little slur guy, and so we're gonna slur them together. La 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 la. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, could do that again. One more.
Yeah. Do you want to do nipavu or just on la?
Wow.
La? Okay. Na la 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 la. And all these are one beat so far. There will be ways to change the beats because this is kind of boring. If everything is one beat, there's ways to extend it. There's ways to decrease the length of the notes. This is all just one beat right now. So, number 36. So, number 36. Now we already knew ni pavuga, right?
Yeah.
Ni 1, 2. Ni pavuga ga ga. Okay, now we start on ni and we go to ga, right? Because the end is the same as the previous one. We just are not going to go from note to note to note. All we have are isons. There's candy canes, that means stay the same. And then we have another symbol which we talked about earlier, right? He's jump up 3. So we're going to go straight from ni pavuga. So we jump up 3 notes from there. Ni ga 37. Ni ga 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 ga. Number 38. Ni ga 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 ga. Cool. Number 39. Ni ga ga vo pa ni. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 40. Ni ga ga vo pa vo ga. Let's do it on la. La 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 la. Cool. Is that easier on la or easier on ni pa vo? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it depends. It depends, you know. So now we were starting on ni up until now. Where are we gonna start? Not on ni, but on pa. So this is when you hear me instead of going ne agia, this is ananes. That's our note. So now we didn't see the ending symbol here, right? But we're gonna go up, pa pa vu ga, and then we have to figure out what's there. Is a delta symbol. It's a triangle. Delta. So it's gonna be the pa pa vu ga the. So do that with me. Pa pa vu ga the. Cool. Does that make sense so far? So we just added the there. We just shifted everything up by a whole step from ni to pa. Now pa, we went from pa vu ga the, which is up 3 notes. Now we're just gonna go straight from pa the.
What's this guy again?
The. It's like a delta symbol. Yeah. So I write a dhi because it's not the, it's not d, it's the. So it's like a soft th. Yeah. Thee. You know. The. So not Yeah, the. So now pa, number 42, right? Pa di ga vo pa. Number 43. Now we're gonna on pa, ananes, but we're starting on the straight out. Ready? 1, 2. The ga vo pa. Number 44. The ga vo ga the. How's that going so far? We have 2 more to do, and then we'll be done for the night. We started a little bit late, but we're right on time, I think. So, number 45. The ga vo ga ga the. Cool. I started to do that on la. Number 45. La 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 la. Okay, now the final one, number 46. Let's do it. We're starting at the same place, pa, right, and we're going on the. But the only thing that's changed is we have a slurred symbol in there, the kandimata, right? We've just done almost exactly the same, just switched it out. So now we're going to do it on la. Ananes, vugadi, right now. La 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 la. And so now at the bottom of the page is first mode. This is tone 1. This is a modal music, so some people call it first mode instead of first tone. And then you have got that a very fancy way. It just says tone. It says ichos in Greek, and it has a fancy way of saying tone 1. But I already wrote it first mode there for you. So instead of having Greek and lots of little fancy ancient Greek symbols, or like things from Homer's time, I wrote it in English right above it. And then it says pa. So ananes, that'll be our pa. So we start on pa right at the beginning, right? And we end on the. But now we have words. So now add the words to it. Save, O Lord, thy people. Yeah, so major hymn of the church, O Lord, save thy people. This is the Byzantine version that St. Anthony's Monastery writes. This is literally from their music. Save, O Lord, thy people, and bless thine inheritance. This is just the beginning of it, because that's what we know so far. So do it ni pavu, and then we'll do it with the words, and then we'll say our prayer. Ananes ni pavu. The ga vo ga the. Now with the word. words. Save, O Lord, thy people. And if you hear me upstairs do some fancy things, underneath, right with save, there's a little swoopy guy. He just means like scoop. So save. So if you hear me do that, that's me just ascending 3 notes just with a scoop. And then if you hear me with knitting people together, save, O Lord, thy people, or doing something there, just because I'm knitting them together in some way. So don't be afraid if you hear me reading something that is not exactly literally what's written on the page. It's just adding in a bunch of different things there that may or may not be written on the page. So, and then if you look above save, you've got your symbols that you know, and then you've got a pi and an out and an a there. It just says pa. That's the yisan. That's just telling all the people that are holding the same note, just hold that note, that's your pa, and you're just going to hold that until further notice. And then you'll have another symbol above there that tells you what to change to. So,
Do you ever do solo chants and people hold the Isan for you?
I personally don't prefer to sing by myself. I like to sing with people. People do at different churches. Here, one of my friends in Pittsburgh, he and I, when in doubt, like he's a fantastic chanter and he loves this. Like he can very much sing on his own. Whenever he and I are together, we prefer to sing together as a choir.
Okay.
You know, it really depends. There's different traditions as to what they are. Soloistic chanting versus choral chanting. Soloistic, you have much more flexibility because you're doing a solo.
Yeah.
And you can kind of interpret it even more. As a choir, you have to figure out how we're interpreting it together. And then it's oftentimes a little simpler just because you can't do super complicated things really well in unison together. So you simplify it a little bit. But Jeff and Catherine, you know, who've been singing with me for years upon years, they've learned how I interpret things. So we sing chorally, but then oftentimes they know exactly what I'm going to do because they've been singing it for the past
that's what,
12 years, 13 years.
I spoke with George at St. Sophia's. He said he's a good friend of yours.
Yeah. We go way back. He filled in lots of the later gaps. I had lots of things, but lots of gaps in more complicated music. So he helped me fill in lots of those gaps.
You took classes with him?
Yeah, we did kind of one-on-one personal study for a while. Any residual questions about what we learned? Hopefully that wasn't too much. Above. So the right above the music. So we saw this guy, and he had a little swoopy guy underneath. That was our little scoop that tells you what to go up. And then right above you might see just a pi, or you might see pi a, or you might see it in parentheses, or you might see different things. That's your isan there that tells you to stay the same. Okay. Or that tells you about the isan.
So what about this one on the bottom?
That's the scoop.
So it sounds like what again?
Save. So instead of ananes, save, O Lord, this is save, O Lord. It's a little scoop up there. Kind of pop. It's like pop music where to sing some. You know.
Do you know Arabic? It's like your saw and your. It's like the deeper.
And there's some version of this is like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
So
oh Lord, save thy people.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So that sounds like
Yeah. So if you hear someone connecting it, so instead of oh Lord, that's a very Western way to interpret it. Oh Lord, save. So to really connect them together and have a little scoop. So that would be that little scoopy guy. He's a Greek name.
And where is that on this one?
That's a more complicated symbol, so I don't know if I put it there.
Okay.
Might be on the back. Nope. No, he's not there. That's just a bonus for tonight. That's a bonus for tonight. Some chanting teachers would say ignore all those symbols. I like to at least tell you about them because then you know that I'm doing something different, you know, and there's a reason for that. And it's just to be aware of where they are, not necessarily to know what they are or to know what to do. It's just that, like, if you're looking at real music that we use on Saturdays or whatever it is, they'll be there, you know. And so you can kind of ignore them, but they mean something. They're functionally present. So.
I have a question. So what would be like the math behind this? We're starting on pa.
Yeah, we're starting on pa.
And then how much is this?
That's 2 + 1, so up 3.
Yeah, right, up 3. And then what is this thing? Like, is this just scooping up?
That's the scoop, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the scoop underneath.
But it's just +3, this whole thing. It's
Yep,
just
just +3, but you're gonna scoop it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So there's quantitative symbols, meaning what you do, where you go, and there's qualitative symbols, meaning how you do it.
Okay.
And so that's a qualitative symbol that's just there to tell you to give more interest, not interest in terms of like I'm bored. Like it's more just like it's to make it musically more pleasing, to make it musically easier to sing, and also to tell you how to articulate it.
How to get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of it might have been like back in the day, maybe all of us, we were training together, and I was like, I really want to scoop this. And then it's like, well, how do we remember that you're going to scoop that? It's like, well, what if I put this little scoop symbol underneath? It's like, oh, I like that idea. Let's put that scoop symbol all the time to tell us where to do it together. And we'll go into some of that maybe next week. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Cool. So we'll pray, and then we'll go off streaming, and then I have a question as to what do we do next week. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We thank you, our Creator, for you have bestowed your grace upon us, enabling us to be attentive to our studies. Bless us as we pursue the knowledge of what is good, and grant us energy and strength as we continue our studies. For you are the cause of all which is good, and to you we ascribe glory, to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen.
Amen.
All right, thank you all.